Hey, babe, you ready for the budget meeting?
This is about to suck.
What you say?
Nothing.
Happy Friday!
What's going on, guys? It's Nick here and Shalicia with F.O.F Financial Coaching, LLC, and we're here today to talk about what else? Money. All right, y'all. So today's topic, what are we talking about today?
We're talking about having a budget meeting with your spouse. Your absolute favorite thing to do on the world, in the world, right?
No, it's not. It's absolutely not my the best thing to do in the world.
So when it comes to a budget meeting, honey, what is a budget meeting in your opinion?
It is where we get together and we discuss our finances. We discuss what we are planning to do for the upcoming month, or if there's any purchases that are not normally, throughout the year that are set in stone, like birthdays or celebrations or just giving, anything extra. Our miscellaneous, yard care, I don't know, something that's not normally in there. We'll discuss, what to put in.
And then pretty much talk about how we want to allocate money for that specific thing, right?
Right.
So we do it every month for the month to come, right? So this month is what, September? Mm-hmm. So probably closer to this month, we'll plan something out for November. And then we put the budget. Yeah, for this month. Oh, for October. Woo!
Y'all. He didn't skip all the way to November.
The year is going by so fast, I can't even keep track of things. My bad. But for September, at the end of the month, the Lord say the same. We'll probably put something together for October on how we plan on spending the money that the Lord's allowed us to earn, pretty much.
Yeah.
And do it in the right way. So that overall, honey, you did a good job explaining that. That's what a budget meeting is. And so what I think is important that every married person would do that with their spouse.
Yes.
But that can create some problems, as we'll talk about today. But then also, if you're single, I think it's important that you do it maybe by yourself or with accountability partners. It's just important to get your budget together for the month before, for the month to come, all right? So now let's get into some of the things that we know we've been through when it comes to having a budget meeting, some of the issues. When it comes to a budget, I'm more the person who likes the budget. I like the spreadsheets. I like trying to understand what our money is doing, and my wife is much more the go with the flow.
I am, yeah. But the thing about it is, I think for me, I am. It's too detailed for me. Like I like to keep track of what's going on, but I think the part that I don't like is that it's very detailed.
Mm-hmm.
But I am a free spirit, so I agree with you. And that's why I don't really like it. It's super detailed, and It's long. I feel like it was super long in the beginning.
Yeah. So in the beginning, when you first start doing it, it takes great patience because like the first probably 90 days, so that was like 3 budget meetings we had. I think it was rough.
Yeah, it was rough.
It was rough because I'm more like, okay, we came up with a budget and we got to stick to it. We be as concrete as possible. Like we said, my wife, she's a little bit more free-spirited. So I had to learn to be patient and to let go of the rigidness of the budget. Like the thing about setting a budget is it can change throughout the months because different things may happen. So it's okay for it to change. It's okay that everything doesn't go just as planned as long as we agree to it.
And the thing is on both ends, like even for the person who is more of the detailed oriented person and Excel and all that stuff, it's okay. I think for the other person, it's just, let's get to the facts. Let's get straight to the point.
Right.
Versus like talking about every little detail, like the details in that manner. I don't know if I'm making sense. But
no, it makes sense. I mean, you're just talking about like if I want to go line item by line item and you just like give me the high stuff that I really need to know so that we can get things figured out and make good decisions.
Yes.
Basically.
That's
so
what I'm saying.
You made sense. But I think that ties to our next point. So the first one is about being patient with each other. On her end, she has to be patient with me as I'm making the adjustments, not to be so rigid, but I have to be patient with her to know that she doesn't really care about like all the little bitty details that I may like. And so we just learn to work with each other, and that helps. But I think that goes to the next point, as I already stated, is about setting the roles, right? setting the roles when it comes to the budget. So me being more detailed and really liking this app, that I kind of enjoy it. So I usually put the budget together and I set it, and then me and my wife just go over what I did, and then she'll come in and make adjustments as she feels necessary, and then I'll make adjustments too. And I think that helps us because it saves us some time, and also it makes things a lot easier because we're both doing our strength versus, us both trying to be controlled. It took us a while to get to that point, but now we're better. So I think the roles are more, I'll set the budget and kind of put it together. Then my wife will look at it and review it, and then also remind me of things I may have forgotten. Like it could be someone's birthday. It could be someone's anniversary. Maybe we just want to do something special for someone, or maybe we have like a big something due in that month, or something big that I wasn't thinking about. She might come and say, "Hey, remember we got this too." So
yeah, I think that's important. I actually like how we do it now versus in the beginning where it was like me sitting down with you per se and doing every like line item like as you're working out the budget for the month. And I think that part was kind of like, oh man, like I just wish he'd give it to me so I can review it and we good, we can discuss and then we're fine. So we've come a long way.
definitely.
And I guess to any couples out there, I'd say stick to it, and it gets better. It does get better.
And it's
the
helpful.
more you do it.
Right.
I mean, yeah.
It's helpful because I think that it's helpful because it helps us to come together. It's another thing that we're together on, we're on the same page. Even if there's a disagreement here and there, we can kind of work through it.
Yeah.
Versus me just setting something and being like, we're doing this. Or on the other flip side, her setting something to say, we're doing this. And it's like, we're trying to fight for control when there's no need to fight for control. This is something that we should do together and make the decisions together on.
Right.
Overall, the big point when it comes to having a budget meeting is that both of you all come to an agreement. So like me and my wife, sometimes it takes a little bit of time. Sometimes we got to come back to it, but we just come to an agreement on what we want to spend our money on. So whether that was for us trying to get out of debt, whether it's us trying to save up for certain things, we just have to come to an agreement on what we like to do. And for the most part, we usually agree on what we're doing, like what the plan is. So it's easier for us as we go month by month because we're usually shooting toward a certain goal. If the Lord says the same. So I think it makes it easy for us. But as things come up, or if there's a trip or there's something that we may want to do or my wife may want to do, I think her having a voice and weighing in on it is important. It's something that we work through in order to come to that agreement. So what would you say to that, honey?
I would say, agreement definitely is important, and not to overshadow one another's opinions about the budget and what to spend money on. Like go in with it with an open mind. A mindset, just to really listen to what your significant other or your accountability partner is saying as far as your budget goes, and don't be so rigid. I guess
Don't be like me. That's what she's saying. But overall, I agree. I mean, being on agreement is very important when it comes to budgeting with your spouse and also with your accountability partner, whoever it may be. And overall, is really what gets you to where it is that you want to go, being of that one mind, even though there may be disagreements, and at first it's hard. Like there may be arguments, it may be tough because you're doing something new, you're doing something different, but at the same time, I feel like it is rewarding because at the point we are now, it's much better. Like we can look back and say we came a long way. We still got ways to go.
We do.
But we came a long way from how things used to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think my wife and I, we will both agree that it really takes time to build as far as getting better with the budget. Whether you're the free spirit, whether you're like the nerd type of person, whether you like the budget, whether you don't, whether you think it's important, whether you don't think it's important, whichever one it is, it takes time to build up to it and to work together with your spouse. But if you're married, just in general, it takes time to work. So this is something that if you don't put the work in, it's like if you don't go to the gym, you're not going to lose the weight or build the muscle, whatever your goal is. And if you don't put the work in, trying to get better with budgeting with one another, it's not going to get better. You're not going to grow that muscle. You're not going to grow that communication with one another. So we would say continue to work with one another or work with your accountability partner to get better and to really be a better steward over the money that God has given you to manage and to do what it is that you're supposed to do with it. And with that, we thank you for watching the video. Please like, share, subscribe, comment. Hopefully this will be helpful to you. And if you need any tips, let us know. Thank you. Happy Friday!